everyone. I had this weird idea, I was looking at the hexagonal blanket and I was thinking of making a circular jacket with that pattern, you see. So what I've done, instead of, you see, this is a hexagon, okay? I've broken it up, and the whole idea behind this is to make the sleeves here. And then you join them up, giving you a point where here, from here to here, will be your back. Then you make a space for the sleeves on both sides where you can put your arm, and the whole jacket comes together, and you can close it in front, you see. That was my idea. This is what I was trying to do, you see. But I couldn't do it with a hexagon. Instead, I had to go for an octagon. So I've done 3, which is going to be the top part of the 3 wedges, 3 wedges, which is going to be the top part of the jacket, the circular jacket. And here the bottom, I've done the other 5 wedges. I'm almost complete with the 5th wedge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one, we're going to have to join it to these 2. Then you leave a space for the sleeve on both sides and join them up. Let's see whether this works or not. It's an experiment. If it doesn't work, then I'll take everything off. Actually, I should have listened to somebody from Ravelry. What they told me was to do a smaller version of it and then see whether it works. Instead, I just went for the big one. Let's see how it works. Okay, I just wanted to explain to you how the concept behind this circular jacket is. See, usually the circular jacket patterns have been done with knitting and crocheting, and the way they do it is from the center they go outward, and then at a certain point they put in the sleeves, you see. But I'm trying to do it on the loom. So what I did was, we're looking at the hexagonal blanket that was made before, and this is actually a hexagon here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides, but the circular jacket that I'm going to do is going to be an octagon. So you will have another 3 more wedges that you will have to do, So you do the 3 wedges first, and then you do 5 wedges on the other side, okay? Then you bring them back together again. Now this part of it is going to form the top part of the above the sleeves, and it will be folded this way, so there will be a folded collar like that. So this part of it will be folded slightly over your neck area, and then it will come down, you see, and this part here will have the point for your armholes. Now because this part is going to have the folded area, you can use the wrong side of the 3 wedge to join it to the right side of the 5 wedge, so that this part which will be very much more visible, and it will be behind on your back, mainly because the front area, there's only going to be, the closing will only be right in front of your chest, the rest of it will not close together. It's more like a cape, the look of the circular jacket. And so you want this part, which is going to be very prominently seen, to be the right side of the hexagon, the octagon, So the wedges here, the prettier side of the wedges should appear on this side. So what you do is basically you measure your back. So for me, it's around 20 inches, Each person, you'll have to measure your own. Maybe you take an older jacket that is quite tight fitting, and then you measure how much you need for your back. And that will be your back measurement, you see. So from here to here, you join them up, okay, all the way where you join, and subsequently you will have to leave a space for the sleeves. So you leave a space for the sleeve, and so here you would have joined them all up to somewhere around here and here. Then you leave a small space here and here, around 7 inches, for the armhole and then you join the rest. So that when you wear it, what happens is that, okay, here I've not closed this part. Actually, here this part of it will be closed, you know, and here your arms will come through it, you know. So when you wear it, this part will fold over, and here you will bring the two sides to the front. Because I'm trying to do it on a piece of paper, so it's a bit more difficult to show. I could show it on the other one, but it's rather unwieldy because it's big, you know. So now, this part of it will come to the front. So the only part that will get closed is here. The rest of it will not close. It will be open, wide like that, you know. So it will have a wide opening here, and you put a hook, stud-like hook in front to close it. So that is the overall, and the back will have all the design at the back, you know. You'll be able to see the back part of each wedge of the the octagon will be very apparent here. You will have 5 wedges here and 3 on the top. This is the way that the circular jacket is going to be constructed. Okay, I've managed to put a bit of the cellophane so that it shows. Now here is where the 2 armholes are going to come out, you know, of your circular jacket cape, and then so that when you close it, it will be closed like this, you know, the front. So you will have that, and this part will be folded. There will be a kind of a fold there, and here you will bring your thing. So you will have a collar up here. There will be a collar. Then this will be the back part of your circular jacket, and here is where you will close it, you see. So it will just be draped with a single massive hook or button, whatever you want to put in front there, you know. That will keep it in place. Basically, that's the whole design. Okay, when you join up the wedges, the 3 wedges, the bottom 3, to the 5 that you see up there, those are the 5 wedges, you give it a 20-inch back. That's what I've done. For me, it's a 20-inch. You might have a broader back, so you might need more. 7 inches for the sleeves, and this is the remainder, which will drape over your arm, you know. So it will give you a bit of a cap sleeve look, you know. So then you just sew this up. After you have done the measurements, this is how the octagon looks like. If you don't want an octagon, you can follow what Kristen does in the video, the one where she shows you how to do Charity Windham's hexagonal blanket. And in the last step, if you do not do the last step, when you do the last stitch on the end of a wedge, you will get a circle. So if you want a circle instead of an octagon, that's what you should do. Now the yarn that I've used for this pattern is an 8 to 9 millimeter, it's still in its yarn sleeve, 8 to 9 millimeter or crochet hook or knitting needle. Sorry, I've got my allergies. 8 to 9 millimeter knitting needle or crochet hook. And that's it, you see. So after you finish, after you have completed it and put a hook somewhere here, this is how it will more or less, it will look like, you know, once you've joined everything up. Find a nice big hook to put in front, you know, either a clasp and a hook, a clasp, or a large button, you know, that you can make maybe a loop and loop it over, you know, so that you can complete the look, you know. Otherwise it won't look so great if you put something small on top of it. Okay, I just wanted to point out that you have to be pretty precise when you're joining up everything, and then of course you have to also try and close up the center hole. And make sure your measurements are correct, and then the other thing is that try and pin them all up and then drape it on yourself and see whether you like the position of the sleeve, you know. If you don't like where the sleeve is and you want to make it go up, see whether you can do that and make the back a little shorter. That is up to you, you know. So this is all a trial and error thing. So what you do is that you play around with the where you're going to sew and set this opening for the armholes, and then you decide from there yourself how the look of the cape is going to be, you know, because this is what I've come up with. But if you think that you can come up with something better, then by all means go ahead, you know. I'll try and finish this, but you know, I've been so busy watching my anime, Chi Hayafuru. Very nice anime. If you ever get a chance to watch it, it's about this Japanese game called Karuta, and it's such a good anime. Anyway, so if you can, you try and get that done. And okay, what I've decided is that the armhole is too big, so I'm going to reduce it to about 6 inches, you know. So after trying it on, after I sewed it up, I tried it on. I've already sewn this up, you know, as you can see here. This is all sewn up here and here, all done up already, you know. You must try to make the try to make it as invisible as possible, the seam, you know. And if you want to find out how to sew up seams that have a garter, this type of stitch is called garter stitch, where you do a knit and a purl alternate. So you can find out how you can join up the seams of 2 garter sides, you know. And I've decided maybe I'll go for 6 inches instead, because the armhole is rather too big. Mark the buttons here for the position of the buttons. Now I must point out something about the sleeve. When you mark out the buttons, if you're try to match the 2 sides of the sleeves, you won't be able to do it, because of the way that each wedge is, you see. Because look at the shape of the wedge. Now look, this kind of a shape, and here, so they are not even, you know, the way that they look. So if you try to match the 2 joints of the sleeve so that they actually come together properly, you won't be able to get, because they're curving in a different direction. So you try and keep that in mind. So don't keep struggling trying to get them to match when you try to mark the position of your buttons. Okay? For some buttons, these buttons are actually quite nice, you know, but they're too small. So I don't know what to do, because I've been searching for something to use, but I don't seem to have anything. These are all not very nice. I don't want to use these. These are okay actually, but then I already got them on another jacket. I don't know why I bought it. It's so ugly. And I don't have anything now. Looks like I'm going to go and look for something. I thought I had some silver button somewhere. This is... See, I don't like this part, you know. This is alright actually, you know. I suppose it can look okay on it. Ah, there they are. The silver buttons. That's right. These are the ones I should use. I got them mainly all from Amazon, you know. There's one very nice place there that has it. Yeah, this is the one. This is the one I should use. They're big, and I think that would make it very nice. Just one. You can only put one clasp, because the other parts of the cape cannot be joined. You can only have one button for it.